Good morning. It's day 19. I have a short day planned, 5 miles to Fontana Dam Road. And then I get to shower and do laundry and resupply. So I already know it's going to be a good day. Fontana Dam is right here behind me. I'm about 4 miles from it. This is the trail. There's a white blaze right there. Miss Nancy from the Hiker Inn just delivered my laundry that is all clean and tidy and put away. Miss Nancy also told me that I had beautiful hair, so thank you, Miss Nancy. And you thought I was gonna get McDonald's. Good morning. It is day 20 for me. It's opening day. Go Cards. I am leaving the Hike Inn. Miss Nancy just dropped me off. Thank you, Miss Nancy. I had a good stay. I am hiking either 8 miles or I think 13 is the other one. I'm just gonna kind of see what the legs want to do. I weighed my pack this morning at the Hike Inn and it went around the dial almost twice. It's a 20-pound scale and it went around and immediately went around again and settled on 37 pounds, which is what my pack was when I started at the visitor center. This shelter up here is the Fontana Dam shelter, and it has indoor plumbing as well as some other amenities. And so instead of referencing it as a shelter, they call it the Fontana Hilton. There's an itty bitty tower right there. That's where I'm going. Okay, so I'm going to continue walking through here, go up into the woods, climb, and then right here is a tower that I'll be at later in the day. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's go through the Smokies. This looks like a good place for a little rest. I don't know if it's showing up on video, but I just turned that corner from the sign, and it's like I'm in a field of these little white flowers. I am 1.5 miles from Molly's Ridge Shelter, and in the Smokies, you are supposed to stay in the shelter if there's room. And so this evening will potentially be my first shelter night. Is it me, or does this tree have a belly button? That's a belly button. Good morning. It is day 21 for me, about 9 o'clock. This is my 3-week versary with the trail. Last night was the first night that I stayed in the shelter because in the Smokies you're supposed to. It was a good night. I was warm and toasty in my sleeping bag. Remember, I switched from a quilt to a Big Agnes spike leg 15-degree bag, and it worked out wonderfully for me. This morning it sprinkled a little bit, so I was glad that I didn't have to put away a cold, wet tent. I ate a quick breakfast, and now I'm on my way. It is a little over 12 miles to the shelter that I would like to get to today. My body continues to amaze me each day. At the end of the hiking day, my feet hurt, my knees hurt, my hips hurt, and then by the morning, I'm ready to walk again, and I'm just so proud of my body for being so resilient and reliable, and just makes me appreciate the fact that I have 2 legs that work and can walk and get me from place to place. Also, I forgot to share that I've entered my 3rd state. I slept in Tennessee last night at Molly's Ridge Shelter. So through the Smokies, I'm going to be in and out of Tennessee and North Carolina. This is the Russell Field Shelter. It's not the one I stayed at last night, but I didn't get a video of mine, and these are pretty similar. Mine didn't have this tarp to block out the wind, it was just open. But it was a double-decker like this, and I slept right here, and we had a fire going in our little chimney slot here. part of the trail I've seen in weeks. We're in a wind advisory all day today. These places on the trail, like up on a ridge, they call it a bald or a knob, or a bald knob. Or if you're in Branson, it's the bald knobbers. Take a look at this tree and its roots so you can gauge how windy it is today. Right there is the bald or the knob that I was filming at a while ago. And here I am now. You know, in the Harry Potter movie, and Cedric and Harry are in the maze, I'm just waiting for these walls to close in. This is the trail. It's straight up. I wish that I could say that I was enjoying my time out here, but it feels torturous day after day. My feet hurt so bad. But I'm way too stubborn to quit, and I've already put it out in the universe that I'm gonna do it, and I'm determined to finish. But just know that this sucks, and had I not announced it to everyone that I was gonna do it and taken a sabbatical, I would have already been home by now. Good morning. Today is day 22. It is April Fool's Day, and today I will be walking to the highest point on the Appalachian Trail, which is Clingman's Dome. It is 6,612 feet, I believe, and it's like a paved walkway that tourists can go on also. So I have that to look forward to. I think I'm going to be doing 13 miles to Mount Collins. Last night I stayed in the shelter because in the Smokies you're supposed to, unless it's full, and I was really glad because it rained. We woke up and everyone started making breakfast and getting going, and then it rained off and on again, but now it is sunshiny. I think it's going to be a pretty day. Hopefully we can get a good view on top of Clingman's Dome. This is my first view of Clingman's Dome. It's right here. I'm heading up to Clingman's Dome, the highest point on the Appalachian Trail. Can we talk about how uneventful Clingman's Dome was for me? It wasn't what I expected. I guess in my mind, I thought it would be more so like a gap with people and tourists and like people up there viewing it. That was not the case. It was just me at the top shouting that I'd made 200 miles, which is exciting and feels like an awesome milestone, but at the same time, you know, it would have been nice to share those memories with a tramily or family, not just be by myself. I have half a mile to Mount Collins shelter, and that half mile doesn't count towards the AT. It's about 6:15 in the evening, but because the trees are so tall, it's looking darker than it actually is. There are lots of tents set up, so I have a feeling I did not make it to the shelter in time.